Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another fun episode of Pizza Bagels.
Pizza bagels. Doing my best impression.
No, that's good. It's good.
All right.
So for those of you that have been listening for the last couple of weeks, the bagel has not been able to join us due to, he had the surgery when he got the penis reduction, and he was having some issues, so now he had to get it back on. I think he was said that he was missing that part of the penis, and I think he missed it so much that they're adding it back on.
The middle part?
Yeah, the middle part. I think they're even actually giving him the foreskin. They're adding that back on too for free.
Oh.
It's like make your penis bigger, get a foreskin for free. That's the deal. And you know, Dave can't pass up a good deal.
No.
It's like, I'll do it.
I was having another bar mitzvah circumcision.
So Dave will be back with us soon. I know we all miss him. You all miss him. And we'll get back to our normal shenanigans. In the meantime, it's me and Tomboy.
Hello.
So I guess typically I'll just dive in. Let's see. We got some new text messages.
Ooh, all right.
We got some voicemails.
Gotcha.
I have been out of town for a little bit here, so sorry for that. That's rude. But these all came in, so let's see what we got here. So I believe in the last week or two, Dan was on here.
Yeah, Dan was on for the last 2 weeks.
Right. And then there was one episode we were talking about food, and then there was another episode we were talking about average penis sizes. Yeah. That was last week's episode. So let's see. The text that we got in here, someone sent in a photo of it's Munchie's Flamin' Hot Chips.
Okay.
Or it's like, it's the mix bag, like pretzels and hot Cheetos and stuff, dipping in the hell of a good dip. What's that?
Never heard of the hell of a good dip.
Oh, let me tell you, Tom, it's a hell of a good dip.
Sounds like a hell.
Dude, it's actually probably my favorite.
Oh, that's awesome.
But this person says dip all the stuff. So I think the discussion here is that when I was talking with Dan thought it was really disgusting if people were mixing chips into the dip.
Oh, yeah.
And it would ruin his time. Like if you were to take like a Dorito and dip it into a chip dip and it's got like that orange chip residue in there.
Gotcha.
He would lose his mind about it.
Weird, but okay.
So this person sent this in. And he's dipping all of the things into the dip, so that's hilarious. Listen, thanks for that text photo.
If I dip, you dip, we dip.
Oh, we do dip. And then I also do the same thing. I dip fucking Doritos and all the dip there. Looks like we got a text also from Guido.
Oh, okay.
Asking if Dave died.
Possibly, but we're hopefully he come back.
Yeah. I think he made it through his surgery just fine. Also, Guido, you were listening to the episodes.
Yeah.
I'm explaining to you where Dave is. He's getting dick surgery. So Guido, Dave didn't die.
Not yet.
Yep. Not his time. Getting over to the voicemails.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like Guido left us a voicemail. So it's a 3-part.
Oh, I was going to take a bet.
Yeah, it looks like it's a 3-parter. So let's go ahead and let's just start here.
What's up, guys? It's PCG. I just called because I just started listening to this episode.
I can barely hear this.
I know.
I'm just going to get right into this. First thing I do when I wake up, I'm reaching over my wife and doing right there and having a toy and doing something else.
Okay, hold on. So that audio's
sucking it down.
So let me see, because my phone will do the transcript. Okay. The transcript. It says, what's up, guys? Keep listening to it. The first thing I do when I wake up, it says chatterbait. All of the other.
It sounded like reaching the nightstand. Do you grab something?
Yeah, it says like chatterbait, all of the other, and then it's got F with a bunch of stars, and then P, a bunch of stars places. So like fucking piss places. I don't know. It says I'm going to set up an account just in case it doesn't happen. I'm already fucking ready on Saturday. My wife definitely wouldn't be sitting there anything. So this is not even making sense.
Well,
I think
she's not sitting in the piss places.
Yeah, I think she's not gay, and I'm not gay either, but I will be there, and I'll No, this is what I do too. I can't. It's not even transcripting correctly. Let's see if this one works any better.
Could you imagine
Could
Okay.
you imagine?
Yeah.
if the TPG didn't call more than once in a week?
This is part 2.
Anyway, I was just laying in bed. I was trying to go to sleep, and I forgot to call all day. But when I lay down, my mind starts racing. That's why I never get no sleep. But
Mm-hmm. Same.
That was
I
all.
want to let's get into it.
Okay.
Shit. Yeah, I was on top. Oh, yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Hold
Hold on though.
Oh,
on. Here we
it's
go.
not ready yet.
Yeah.
Do
Take your time.
you guys remember Prego, the tomato sauce, or
Pasta
the
sauce.
spaghetti sauce from the 90s, what their slogan was?
No.
Well-
What was it?
Hold on. I'm going to pause this voicemail. Prego. I don't remember what
I
their...
don't either.
Because it was ragu and prego, which I think prego, is that like you're welcome in Italian? I think.
You're asking the wrong person.
I'm going to look this up. I think that if prego means you're welcome in Italian, can you imagine the balls on this company?
Welcome for your sauce.
You're welcome for enjoying our sauce.
You should thank us.
Yeah. Let's see here. How to say you're welcome in Italian. It is prego.
Oh,
So, yeah.
the more
So
you know.
they basically said, here you go. You're welcome. Enjoy that. Put that in your mouth. Taste it a
Thank
little
us
bit.
later.
Yeah. Swallow it.
You like the way you look.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Oh, jeez. It started over.
Okay. All right. Well,
Could you imagine
Okay.
could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
if the TPG didn't call more than once in a week?
Sorry, listeners. We're having technical issues.
Anyway, I was just laying in bed. I was trying to go to sleep, and I forgot to call all day. But when I lay down, my mind starts racing. That's why I never get no sleep. But I want to let's get into it.
Yeah, the drone.
The 3 a.m. drone.
Shit.
Shit.
That was on top. Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. Oh, here we go. Do you guys remember Prego, the tomato sauce, or the spaghetti sauce
I think
from the
you're
90s? What their slogan was? Well, since Dave woke up with a pussy, I just think his pussy should be named Prego, because the slogan back then was Prego. It's in there.
Oh, yeah, it was. It's in there.
Dave just wakes up and puts everything in there.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
That's right. If we were Chicks episode.
Yeah.
There's something else I want to talk about, but let's talk about the mama jokes.
Oh,
Okay.
My favorite all-time mama joke is, your mama is so ugly, the neighbors broke into the house to pull the shades down. And then my least favorite mama joke, and these are the only two I've remembered in my whole life. Like, my memory's just bad, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, I just learned Dave's name after knowing him for 2 years, but
Also, remembering that you're calling more than once.
You can hang glide on a Dorito.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one, too.
But
Your mama's so
one
short.
that I remember.
Your mama's so small she can hang glide on a Dorito. I remember that.
Yeah. Is that
There
it?
was something
Nope.
else that I wanted to
Nope.
talk about.
He's taking
Oh,
his
the
good old
Prego
time.
thing, I forget what episode it was, but I wanted to call in. I forgot to call in. The reason I remembered the Prego thing, and it just worked out perfect for Dave this week. Before I was a pool player, I would say I was better at basketball than I was at pool. And one of the things, playing basketball, and we used to travel all over. I used to come up to Cleveland from Canton to play, go to playgrounds everywhere to try find competition. But one of the things I used to do is when I shoot the ball, I'd say Prego, and just before it'd go in, I'd say it's in there. So
Oh,
just
okay.
worked out that
I was wondering where this was going.
Dave's pussy makes a better joke for Prego than my four days of basketball.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
I just remembered the other thing I wanted to
alright,
talk
thank you.
about. So
But that's where it cuts
Oh.
off. So I can already see the first word is fuck. So hold on.
Google Messages fucking suck. up. I wasn't actually going to call back for a third part. All I wanted to do to say at the end of that message was, psych.
Oh, yeah,
The
psych.
old school 90s term.
That's it. All right, well.
I thought it was going with basketball. I was like, here's a childhood memory of mine.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, what the hell is he even talking about? What are we talking about basketball for?
Let's see, he's got on a Fresh Prince kick or something like that.
He got hit in the head with the drone and then losing his shit. Thanks for calling in, Guido.
Thanks.
That makes sense then. So instead of doing like the Kobe,
Yeah.
it was Prego, and it goes in. It's in there.
It's in there.
That's actually kind of funny. That sounds like something I would do like as a child in the
Now,
90s.
would Dave use an Italian term for his pussy?
No.
He found a Jewish term.
Yeah. He'd call it like oh jeez. Stupid thing.
Hot to it?
Yeah. Why does this keep doing this? I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay.
We're off to a rough start here. Next voicemail. Why are you doing that?
What is popping up?
This stupid thing. Okay.
All right.
We're good. Let's see. Okay, apparently it's not done. Here we go. Here's one here.
My name's Dan, and I don't like my food touching my other food and all that rigmarole. You know what? Fucking weird. The sauce thing, you don't like sauces? What's wrong with sauces? I love sauces.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Love sauces. Sauce boss.
I guess what I was calling for, my favorite soup would be clam chowder, a nice bisque,
Chowder.
if you will, and I don't know, does chili count as a soup?
Chili?
I don't know, but enjoy the show. You guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you guys later.
Is that Johnny Schwartz? Because that sounded like him.
No, that.
Oh, okay.
No, I think that was Boo.
Oh, is that Boo? Okay.
Yeah.
Have a
So
blessed day, Boo.
yeah, blessed day, Boo. The clam chowder. I just had my first clam chowder in like 2020
Nice.
in actual Connecticut, like New England.
There you go.
So I had a New England clam chowder in New England. Dude, this is gonna piss me off. Why is this happening? Knock it off. Fuck you, computer. Jesus Christ.
They're not getting another one.
Okay, so last voicemail is actually from Johnny Schwartz.
Oh, all right. Johnny.
So he's calling in.
Hey, pizza and bagel. You know something? This is Johnny Schwartz, aka Jay Sway. You know something crazy is I'm also a pizza bagel. Like my mom's Italian and Scottish, and my dad is an Ashkenazi Jew. So two things. I'm a pizza bagel, but my buddy Ian, may he rest in peace, he died a few years ago. He always called me Pizza Blood. So one of my nicknames from back in my acting days was Pizza Blood, and he would calzone me because I was a Pizza Blood.
He would calzone you?
Long story short is, my birthday is also in September.
Is that a gay term?
Listening to one of the recent episodes, and I think Bagel's birthday's in September. Are you Virgo?
He's August.
9/13, bro. And my birthday's Friday the 13th.
Sick.
Happy
And
birthday, Johnny.
the theme is Hanukkah in September. I'll send you pictures when I see y'all later this month.
Hell yeah.
Later.
Sweet. That's it. That's from the
Schwartz himself.
Schwartz. Yep. So
Thanks, Johnny.
yep. Thanks for calling in, bud. As always, happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. That's pretty much it for our voicemails. We're caught up now.
Okay.
That was interesting.
2.5 from Guido.
Yeah, 2.5. Couldn't understand.
Turn on the TV when you're recording it. It's like the old radio. Like, turn off your radio.
Yeah.
We can hear ourselves.
Yeah.
Stop. Take us off speaker.
We know you want to hear yourself on the radio while you're
Yeah,
talking, but
it's
shut that
cool.
shit off. Yeah. So other than that, quick announcement. Anybody that's living in the Lakewood, Cleveland area, there is,
Travel.
or if you want to travel, there is a free show coming up on September 30th. It is a Monday. That could be hard for a lot of people. But it's going to be at the 5 o'clock lounge in Lakewood. Two bands called Blind Boxing and Adults. Blind Boxing's that pop punk range, and Adults, I don't know. I don't really know what to call this genre. The best thing I could think of is maybe like an edgier Weezer. But both really sweet bands. It's a free show, 5 o'clock. Show starts at 9. It's in Lakewood, Ohio.
There?
Huh?
You'll be there?
I'll be there.
You know what? I'll be there.
You better fucking be there.
Me, 2/3 of Pizza Bagels.
Yeah.
His Dave's still in a coma, but
Yeah.
unless he gets out of the coma. But
Yeah. We'll try to go, like, you want to see, like, in the movies where they, like, hit the person with, like, a baseball bat and they, like, come out of the coma.
Weekend at Bagel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's just pick them up and just weekend at Bagels. That being said, been out of town here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything? What's the
I don't know if
sitch?
you saw this, but apparently, for most people our age, it's the Warp Tour is a big thing back when
Oh, I
we were
did
kids.
catch a little wind of
And
this.
they want to bring it back.
So it is official.
Yeah, from all I hear, it's official. I don't know if Kevin Lyman's on it, the guy who promoted the Warp Tour originally, but they're bringing it back.
Hell yeah.
I don't know in what capacity.
How do you feel about this?
I don't think it's going to be the Warp Tour that we grew up with.
Right.
Where it was $20-$30 or a can of food, and you could see 20-30 bands in a day, as many as you can, you know. And
Squish them all in.
squish them in. Everybody's paying every half hour. You're running all over the place.
Yeah, that's like 4 or 5 stages.
I hadn't been to Warp Tour since, 2009 maybe? 2009, 2010, I think it was the last one I went to. Whenever they shut down Tower City Amphitheater and moved it back.
Okay.
Blossom.
Yep.
And even then, like, there were 3 or 4 bands I wanted to see, and 2 of them were playing at the same time.
That's what always sucked.
Yeah.
That always sucked.
Like, you got to, like, if it was like a major band and a smaller band was playing at the same time, like, you have to, divvy that up. I get that.
Right.
But when it's like 2 old classic punk bands are playing at the same exact time, why the fuck would you do that? Versus, like, the newer bands who I don't have a problem with, I just never got into them.
For the Warp Tours?
For Warp Tours, yeah. Like
When I was a kid, like, I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, when I think I went to my first one, I was like 14.
Okay.
And I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing. And then there was even one year, I think I was like 16, and I was working for this company called Fanscape.
Yeah.
And they basically were like, we're going to mail you a bunch of stickers. There was like MXPX and like,
Oh, that's sweet.
like all these different stickers. And like, we'll give you a free ticket to Warp Tour, buy a disposable camera. And then you basically have somebody take photos of you while you're passing out stickers and then just mail us the photos.
Okay.
So I got a free ticket into Warp Tour when I was like 16 or 17.
Did you do the whole thing?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
But the funny thing is like I forgot to mail the. I didn't even like film or develop the film.
Oh, sweet.
Now I was just like I forgot. I was like, whatever. I don't care. I got
Still
to
have
Warp
the
Tour for
camera?
free. Yeah. Oh Jesus, no, probably not.
Okay.
But that would be sick though.
I don't know if you can still develop cameras or not, but
I think you can. Yeah,
yeah.
you can still go to like a Walgreens or something that'll do that.
Yeah.
But I think the last Warp Tour I went to, my youngest sister when she was 17, I took my two of my sisters for their 17th, like around their birthdays because they're
Okay.
both summer birthdays, to Warp Tour.
Okay.
And that was the final Warp Tour when it was at Blossom.
Oh, okay. So you
So
went
that was
to
the
final
last,
Warped Tour.
the last Warp Tour. Yeah.
Was anybody good on playing that?
There was very few bands from like our.
Yeah, it always be like one band, but I'm like, I'm not taking $40 and taking the day off of work. To go.
Yeah,
It's like,
it was more for her to have this experience, and
that's how mine was with my when I took my baby sister to the Warped Tour. She wanted to see like Psalm 41, and like I grabbed her for a few of the bands. I was like,
Right.
Here, you're watching this band because they're well worth watching.
Yeah. See, I think she's like 22 now, so this is about 5 years ago. So was that 2018, 19? Was that final
I
year?
want to say 17 or 18 was
Okay,
last
so
year.
somewhere in there. Yeah, she wanted to see Simple Plan. I hate Simple Plan,
I
but
understand.
she was a child, so I'm like, yeah, let's go see Simple Plan. I wasn't huge into Bowling for Soup.
I hate Bowling for Soup, so
I mean, I like them now, but at the time, she's like, "Oh, dude, Bowling for Soup," and I was like, "Yeah, let's go. This is your Warp Tour. Let's go. It's the last one. Let's do whatever you want to do."
I ran into Bowling for Soup at the Warped Tour the one year, and they were really just like kind of pushing to, like, oh, you got to come see it. Like I had a mohawk at the time, so oh, dude, you loved it. I'm like, I know who you are. I don't like you. And I was like, oh, don't let the fat guy eat me.
Yeah.
So leave me alone. Fuck off. I never liked them, but
At the time, I didn't know that they had like a ton of singles. Like they would play a song, and I was like, I didn't know this was Bowling for Soup.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have the bad songs. I just didn't like the vocals for the most part, and that will throw me off a band.
Gotcha.
And then it's like, if it gets overplayed, that was the other thing. Like, especially back then, like, Bowling for Soup was like, overplayed, like the 1985 song or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, I couldn't get away from it. So I'm like, yeah, no, fuck this band.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny because you're rocking the fucking Mohawks. You're like, I'm here for fucking Rancid and No Effects. Fuck you, dude.
And there was a lot of years I went, it was like, I wanted to see. Like I got in the, like, I'm gonna see all the punk bands. Like fuck all the bands, and I like some of these bands like Thursday or like some pop punk bands.
Yeah,
it was just more of like, I'm just in the mindset to see Pennywise and Rancid and No Effects. And
right,
like, that's all I really wanted to see. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, I do listen to them at home, but I never saw them. So
yeah,
but now I'm like, fucking give me everybody.
Yeah. But now, like, yeah, and you're right though. The tickets were only like $25 back then.
Yeah.
What do you think the prices are going to be, knowing how just regular concert tickets are right now?
Oh God!
How much do you think they're going to charge for a Warped Tour ticket?
Now, I don't know. Okay, if they do a tour, at least $100.
Because Live Nation's take over. Yeah, so
but like they do, like they have this like when you were young or whatever it is called.
Oh yeah, when we were young tour. Yeah, that was like in Vegas or whatever.
He's going in Vegas, and like I saw the lineup. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
the
like,
lineup looks sweet.
It's just like how much to get out to Vegas, and like I gotta get a hotel.
Right.
Do I want to be in the heat all day?
Right.
No, I'm cool, man.
I'm so
like
with
to be
you.
Too old for a Warped Tour now.
Yeah. And what's the funny thing too is like you start seeing these videos like on TikTok and people are
like grabbing asthmas and
yeah, they put like the pads for your shoes and like the ear whatever you want to call them,
earplugs,
like earplugs and like all kinds of like old people shit. I'm like, dude, this is great.
Dude, I went to like a show like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I saw Teenage Bottle Rocket. There wasn't much of a pit for like a punk band. It's like, I mean, maybe it's just because most people our age are like,
I'm not pitting anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
My legs hurt. My back hurts. Yeah.
But it's like, Suicide Machines just played in Cleveland. And I didn't get to go because I was sick at the time and kind of broke. And
I was sad because I was gone.
But I was talking to Rev Kev about it when I saw him at Teenage Bottle Rocket, and he's like, yeah, the show's almost sold out. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to a sold out grog shop anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this is too many people. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a small venue with if it's filled, that shit sucks.
Where it used to be like, oh, this band's coming, drop it.
100%.
I'm already going.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here's the thing too, and how tall are you?
About 6 foot.
Okay, so I'm 5'7".
Okay.
So when you have a full capacity, and especially at grog shop that has,
you're not seeing anything.
The stage is only like a foot high.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like fucked. If there's like people that's your height that are all standing around me, I'm like, I can't fucking see dick. Like it's not worth it for me.
I saw the Menzingers in at the Fantasy. Like, because they had a short floor. Like
oh yeah.
Just something. I don't know. I'm just sitting in the bar where nobody's around me. Go drink and hear them.
Yeah.
I can't see them.
Yeah. See, that shit sucks. I hate when that happens.
Are you about like going to see shows like Blossom where you can like you're on the lawn but you're watching a TV screen to watch them?
Oh yeah, basically.
Are you about that, or are you rather?
If there's a show at Blossom, I typically will just get a lawn ticket.
Yeah.
I splurged for one show to be like the cool people that are like in the seats. Yeah.
Oh, in the seats.
Yeah. But no, I mean it's not worth it to just if I'm only going to be able to see them on the TV.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to waste my money.
That's how I am. If I can't see them up close or semi-close, if they don't look like ants, I'm like, I don't want to go.
Yep, agreed, 100%.
And I hate Blossom. I don't know how you feel about it.
I don't mind it.
Okay.
I mean the drive there blows and getting in and out, especially leaving, that shit sucks. But when you're there, I don't mind it.
The funny thing is, I hate Blossom for one show. The first show time I ever was there. It was Pop Disaster Tour back in 2002.
Okay.
Green Day, Blank, I think it was Jimmy Eat World, and like Saves the Day.
Amazing.
Yeah, great lineup. I didn't know, I've never been there before, so I didn't know about the traffic getting down there.
Oh.
So I missed all the openers.
Damn.
Saw Green Day. Fell down the hill and got kicked out as soon as Green Day was done.
Was Green Day closing?
No, Blink-182 is closing.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
So I heard all of Blink-182 as I'm trying to find my car in the parking lot. Because this is 2002. I don't have a clicker on my car.
Yeah.
To like, okay, I need to
out.
put the alarm on or whatever. I was literally trying to find my dark green car in the grass at night.
Nighttime, yeah.
I got kicked out with this other kid who...
Were you too drunk?
No, I was like 18. I was sober. I didn't even drink.
You fell down the hill, and they're like, get out of here.
I kind of mudslide / fell down the hill.
Okay.
So I was falling and said, fuck it, like, let me just keep sliding in. Everybody got out of my way, whatever. I got picked up, and then next thing I know, I'm put on a golf cart with a guy, flashlight in my face. It's like, what are you on? What did you take? I'm like, I had a Coca-Cola. Like, I don't know. Lucky enough, I had all my like merchandise with me at the time, but it was so I get kicked out with this kid. He can't get a hold of his friends because it's early 2000s. Cell phone sucks.
Yeah.
So he's like, dude, if you give me money, if I give you money, will you drive me home? I'm like, all right, you're on the east side, but fuck it. All right, I'll give you a ride. Give him a ride, stop for gas. Well, I guess when I got for gas, he decided to pocket half my merchandise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I was like, you're a dick.
Dude, that is the shitty experience
never
for...
again.
And you've never been to Blossom since?
Oh, I went one more time for Blink-182 to actually watch them play.
Okay.
I got seats for that one.
Okay.
It wasn't great, but we had parking passes. The funny thing is that's when I figured out who Machine Gun Kelly was.
Okay.
Like, I saw him in person.
Okay.
We were out for a smoke during My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
Because I'm not the biggest fan of them. But,
I love MCR.
Yeah. I mean, like, they were fine, but I can hear them and we just want to go smoke. You
Yeah.
gotta, like, leave your seats to go smoke. And you gotta stand in whatever the area was.
And there wasn't vapes back then.
Yeah, and I was like, I look over this guy, I'm like, who robbed Hot Topic before they got here? Because literally head to toe was like, shit, you would see a Hot Topic. And then, like, a bunch of his security guards came around him. And they're like, oh, dude, that's Machine Gun Kelly. I'm like, again, who robbed Hot Topic?
Yeah. Also, who's Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah.
Why is she a dude?
Yeah. Because I guess he played with Blink. I think he played with What's My Age Again on stage with them. And then, okay. We didn't need that. Thank you.
Yeah. Is this Blink? Is this when Tom was still in it, or is this when Matt Skiba was?
When did Skiba join? What album did he join on?
There was like this one called California.
Okay,
he did 2 albums
Neighbors.
with them. So Neighbors was still Tom.
Okay, I think that was like the one I saw before. Yeah, I saw before Skiba.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I'm not a fan of it. It takes forever to get in and out.
Yeah.
We had VIP parking, so it's like, I knew where my car was.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a fan of seeing a band. Like, I don't mind. Like, my girlfriend wants to keep going there to go see a country concert because she's into it. I don't mind country that much. So
I hate country. Jess likes it.
The new country's not horrible.
See, I hate the pop country. Like, I like the old shit. Like, I don't know what you want to consider Cash or.
Oh, that's what I love and I grew up on.
Yeah, like that kind of style of country or folk. I don't know what you want to call it. Like that whole genre and all of that old.
That's country, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. The pop country, like the Red Solo Cup and Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
Oh, fuck that, yeah.
That shit sucks.
But there's like emo country now.
I heard.
And it's not bad.
Okay. I never listened to any of it, but I heard that this is like becoming a thing.
Like, there's a guy named Zach Bryan. He kind of blew up.
Okay. I've heard that name because when the Hawk Tui girl, he like played a show and had her on stage with them.
So he brings out like all the whatever celebrities in the area. Like he had Springsteen play with him the one night.
That's kind of cool.
They were in Jersey or whatever.
Okay.
And so like it's their last big hurrah. It's a big stage show, but like some of those concerts are like $230.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that.
Ticket prices are fucked.
Yeah. And that's nosebleeds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was like, I mean, it was a festival, but I'm like, that's still nosebleeds. And I'm like, no, I'm cool.
Festival or not, even just for regular shows, the tickets prices are insane.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we in? Like end of September.
Yeah.
So, I think back in like June. Do you listen to Under Oath, or do you know who
I've heard of them? Yeah.
Okay. So my favorite album is They're Only Chasing Safety.
Okay.
And they're doing I don't know what it is, 20 years, 25 years. They're doing the album in its full, right? And I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And like the show's like in November, so I got an email for pre-sale purchase, and the tickets were $25 each. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Holy fuck.
Yeah, you got to jump on that.
Oh yeah, so I did. I bought like tickets for like me, Jess, and like my buddy Josh, because him and I are both Under Oath people. But I'm like, dude, I'm in the last I don't know how many years, like ticket for $25 each. I mean, after tax, it was like $40, but still, that's great price.
Yeah, starts at.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's like $40, and then after the fees, it's $200.
Well, like House of Blues used to be every ticket was about $40,
Right.
and that was great. And then you pay like $50 with service charge,
Right.
But now, like I went like a year or two ago, and they were charging $14 for a beer, $15.
Oh,
for
yeah.
a claw. And I'm like, I can't afford the merchandise to pay for these bands who want to come through.
Yeah.
Like bands don't come through Cleveland anymore for whatever reason. I think that's House of Blues is like House of Blues Ticketmaster.
Just had this discussion with a buddy of mine.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Jacob Gallagher.
Maybe.
There's a Japanese band called P-Lander Z, and I was like, I hope they go on tour soon. He's like, yeah, they've been on tour. He's like, they just skipped Cleveland. They went to like PA and New York and Indiana, but they didn't come to Cleveland. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's getting to the point where bands that we are better. You're better off going to Columbus and Pittsburgh, which is about 2.5 hours away
Each. I hit an age though. I'm like, I'm not driving 2 hours to go see a show. I'm not going to go to Columbus.
Depending on who's playing.
Yeah. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, I guess
if it's on a Saturday, okay, cool. I'll go.
I could do a weekend thing. Like Jess and I could be like, oh, let's just get a hotel. We'll hang out and
because I've done
for the weekend.
I did that too.
Or the night.
I went down to Columbus and drove back for the night. It sucked.
Yeah.
But it was a Saturday night, so I'm like, all right, well, I have all day Sunday to just sleep in and not do anything.
Yeah.
So it wasn't horrible, but it was still getting home at like 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But it's horrible on a Saturday, but it's like
I still
sucks.
I'm not doing that. Yeah. Fuck that.
But
come to Cleveland or I don't care.
Yeah, it was a really good lineup. So I was like, okay, I want to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was well worth me driving, but otherwise, it's got to be really worth it. Like it's like the opener and the and the headliner.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've done it, as a kid for sure, a bunch. But I think the last time I went to Columbus for a show was probably 2014, 15. Okay. And then it's the same situation, just get a hotel for the night.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I had a good time. It was fun. The show was great. The funny thing actually about that, the band's called Pierce the Veil.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know?
I know of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love them since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to this show, and I'm super stoked. They're playing, and I'm sitting there, and I'm singing along to all the songs, and people that are with tap me on the shoulder, and I look over, and they start pointing in front of me, and there's just a fucking sea of 15-year-old girls that are all also just singing along, and I was like, oh no, I'm a 15-year-old girl. I may be too old to be listening to this band.
So years ago, Warped Tour got inducted, quote unquote, inducted to the Rock Hall, and they had a big show. And originally it was supposed to be like My Chemical Romance, Pennywise, and Paramore.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, Pennywise would be cool, but I'm not that big. I didn't know who Paramore was at the time, and I'm not that big into My Chemical Romance because I saw them before they got big on MTV. So I just kind of wrote them off. So then My Chemical Romance dropped off, and it was like Bad Souls and Bad Religion jumped on. I'm like, I have to go to the show.
Okay.
But it's already sold out.
Oh, fuck.
Lucky enough, I was booking shows at the time, and this kid was his dad worked for the Rock Hall, so he got us VIP passes. I was like, sweet. The problem was it's at the Rock Hall. Went the week before. One of the bands I was looking for was playing at the high school rock off, like the reunion band or whatever. They didn't care about winning or whatever, but they're like, all right, there was no pitting.
What the fuck? It's a punk show.
Yeah.
How can you not pit?
Yeah, well, like the high school rock off, they didn't want that.
Fair.
So a pit breaks out, and a security guard grabs me by the back of my hoodie, and he's actually choking me. I'm about the same size as this guy. I'm like, I'm not a huge guy, but I'm like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna swing. I don't mind leaving. You're cool. We're leaving. Cool. Yeah. I was gonna maybe check out the Clash exhibit, but now I'm leaving. Awesome. I don't care.
Yeah.
So we knew we had to get in there early. So we got in there early, ran into a handful of bands. That was cool. But we were up front for Paramore. All these 15-year-old girls are singing Paramore because they were just playing acoustic set. Me and my buddies kind of had our back turned to them because it was like, not our thing. But we don't want to lose our spot because we were like, we know we can't pit, so we might as well be in the front row.
Right.
And then I kind of, after they're done, I was joked about the singer gave me the sex eye. She was just shooting darts at me and my friends, like turning her back in the front row.
Oh,
you
the
assholes.
stink eye.
Yeah, well, I called it sex eye because I wanted to be funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a stink eye for sure.
Yeah.
Like she had
The
no
sex eye. I was like, hold on, are we talking about the same thing? Like,
yeah. I was like, I wish it was a sex eye. But
yeah,
it was definitely like, fuck you guys.
yeah.
But all these 15-year-old girls are singing. I'm like, hey, you might want to go. Like after they're done, I was like, you might want to get out of here. And like, whatever, dude. Like we love the rock and roll. I'm like, all right. Bouncing Souls start playing. Crowd starts moving. They are terrified.
Oh man.
Because they're not used
Oh
to it.
yeah.
And it was like the funniest thing about Warped Tour back in the day was like the mix of crowds.
Oh
when,
yeah.
When one band started, the other band like didn't know what they were doing. Like,
Yep. Sorry, I thought something caught my eye, and
no, it's not good.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out.
But yeah, no, it was like seeing like bands that would be like kids who didn't know anything about Warped Tour. They're just there to see whatever popular.
Yeah, I didn't know what they're getting
They're
into.
like, oh, I'm up front. This is fun. And then the Casualties start playing. It's like
You're fucked.
Oh, we're jumping off people's backs and flying in the crowd.
My God, I miss those days so much. One of my favorites for that was I saw Thursday at the Agora Theater.
Oh my God! Awesome.
And this is before they like built because now it's kind of like layered for like all these seats, and then they kind of have that.
Well, it was always seats.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it had like where the sound guy there was like a standing room, like an upper kind of balcony standing room.
That, yeah.
So back then when Thursday was big for that genre time period, a song called Cross Out the Eyes.
I love that song.
Right. And anytime the breakdown would happen, me and my buddy Mikey would fucking always get into the pit for that fucking breakdown.
Yeah.
We're standing in this upper area next to the sound guy, and Cross Out the Eyes comes on. I'm like looking, I'm like, dude, did we get down there? Right. And we're probably 21, 22, something like that. And he's like, I don't know. We have to swim through all these people. And I go, let's jump. He's like, what? And I go, let's jump off here and just jump in, and just fucking make our way through.
Sometimes it was faster to crowd surf to get to the pit
than
it was.
Right, to actually push your way through. And he's like, I don't know. I was like, dude, the breakdown's coming. I need a decision. He's like, okay, fine, fuck it. And we like took off our jackets and like threw it to our friends. And as soon as that breakdown started happening, we like both leaped off this fucking thing on top of people, which they were not happy about.
No.
And we all kind of collapsed. I pick him up and I put him in front of me and I put my head to his back and I just fucking push him all the way up to the fucking pit. And we just get in and just fucking start swinging around. It was like, I was like, dude, that felt so cool.
Yeah, you were an asshole, but
would never do that again.
Oh, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember seeing, it was like Rancid, Dropkicks, and Bouncing Souls that were playing a couple years ago. And I had a few drinks in me. Rancid's playing Dead Bodies. I'm like, fuck.
Hell yeah.
Just jump right in the pit.
Yep.
10 seconds later, I'm out of the pit. I'm like, too over this shit now.
Someone give me an asthma inhaler.
I was like working out at the time. I was like, oh, I'm feeling good shape. Nope, 10 seconons later, now.
Fucking winded.
Way too over this shit. I used to joke about that back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, just getting fat and old, and like, this is when I was in the pit all day long. And my band, I'm like, dude, I'm getting too old for your pits. He's like, no, we're not that off your shoulder.
Rancid's always got the best fucking shows.
Oh, yeah.
We saw him with Dropkick and Bouncing Souls at Tower City at Nautica.
Yeah, that's what it's the same show.
Yeah. Okay, so, and Bouncing Souls is one of those bands, like, I love Bouncing Souls.
Yeah.
But they're not fun to watch. They're a band that you sing along with everybody and, like, jumping around.
It's a pit band. The same thing with, back to that story about the Rock Hall. With the Pennywise, same thing. Bad Religion, same thing. It is so awkward to watch them play.
They're not fun to watch.
Because I'm almost like, I've never watched them play outside of like a video online or whatever. Because I was always in the pit back in the day.
Yeah.
So it was like,
you're not even paying attention. You're just pitting.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Like Bad Religion is there, like, they were around from the 70s, so I'm like, some of these guys are old. I'm like, you need oxygen? Okay?
But they're just like, the singer just jumps in one spot up and down, and then the rest of the band's just standing there playing. Yeah, just kind of swaying back and forth. Like, this is boring to watch.
And sad thing is, most bands are like that. So.
Yeah, but like, it's to a point, though, that you're like, the singing, the ole, 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 you know, like, the entire crowd is just fucking singing and jumping, and like, that's the experience for those kinds of bands. Rancid, completely different animal. They're super fun to watch. And dude, especially that show was like, it might have been like the most perfect set for Rancid, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So good.
I was so pissed when I heard that they were playing with Green Day this year, and they were doing stadium tours. So like the closest one for us once again was Pittsburgh or Detroit.
Yeah.
Playing the baseball stadiums, which is cool. Problem was tickets were so expensive. Like to be on the floor, you are paying $280 to be in the seats, which is so far away from what stage.
Yep.
Because they were doing stage in the center field, and you're like, so baseball wise, straight from home plate to center field is about 300-400 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're 300-400 feet away from the stage.
Right.
So you're just watching them on screen, and then you're still paying like
$300,
almost $100 to sit in the stands.
plus taxes and
$80
fees.
was the cheapest ticket I saw.
And those are probably nosebleeds.
Yeah, upper deck and behind home plate, and it's like you're watching it on screen, and then I'm like, then I saw the set for Rancid. They're only playing for 20 minutes. Green Day's playing all of Dookie.
Like for like 2 hours.
Yeah, they're playing all of Dookie and all of American Idiot.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah, no, that'd be sweet.
But Smashing Pumpkins are playing in between. And I don't mind Smashing Pumpkins. If I saw them like to play for a half hour, cool. But I don't want to see them play for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think Rev Kev just went to that show.
Did he?
Yeah, I think they went to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he was just. I think I remember seeing like his like.
Yeah.
I got a snap from him, or it was like on his like Facebook story or something like that, Instagram. Yeah, but they went to, and listen, Green Day is one of my favorite bands. I love them since I was a child. I've seen them twice as a young boy. Yeah. I would love to see them again as an adult.
I'm cool.
I can afford now to fucking go and see that, but I'm like, I don't want to.
That's a hard payment.
Yeah, I don't want to pay $300 to see Green Day.
And you want to see them up close. And
I do want to see them up close.
Somewhat near the pit.
Like, I'm not going to be satisfied sitting in fucking nosebleeds.
No, I don't want to be sitting in seats. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like a cool like acoustic concert or something like that. I really don't want to sit in seats for a concert. I'm old school. I want to stand as close as I can to the stage. I don't want to be in the pit, but I want to be somewhat near it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Just pit adjacent.
Yeah. Here's a funny thought. When you're younger and you're pitting, how many people did you bump into that actually spilled their beers, like older dudes?
Back in the day, it wasn't that much, I don't think.
Okay. Because I feel like that happened.
There was a divide between beer and pit.
Okay.
And I think like a lot of those shows, when bands were booking all the time, and especially in Cleveland area, it was like there was a known divide there. It's like you got close to the pit, like sorry, dude. It's not
you're in the zone.
But it was also like my hatred was crowd surfers.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it was
that
always
would get
like,
annoying.
You're not walking to the stage. You're looking behind you to see if somebody's coming.
Yeah, and it's taking.
The back of the head.
Yep, and it's taking away from you actually enjoying the show.
There's guys like my size who are trying to crowd surf. I would pull them down. I'm like, dude, I'm too big. You're too big. Like, fuck off. Like your size might be the cutoff of like, all right, you're small enough. Maybe we can throw you up.
I'm like 165.
But it's like you're gonna hit like a bunch of teenage girls or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it is not. Get down. Like girl, fine, awesome. Like have fun. Risk at your own risk. But like,
and the age when I was crowd surfing, I was probably like 140, 130. You know what I mean? And I'd have a buddy that was like about your size.
Yeah,
and I would chuck me up, or I'd step off their back and just dive off. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, and then unfortunately, like, there is the downside for girls crowd surfing because they would get groped or whatever.
Yeah, grabbing boobs and butts and.
But like, the funny thing is, that was a lot of metal shows. Punk shows, like everybody took care of each other.
Oh yeah,
that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Someone fell, somebody would like back everybody up while everyone's picking
you drop
up.
something cool.
Yep.
We were stopping everything.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I went to I happened to go to Papa Roach when they played the Rock Hall.
Oh
geez. It was like MTV. You had like Rock Hall TV show. It was the day I graduated. So I was like, all right, my last day of school. Fuck it.
Sick.
My buddy was into Papa. I'm like, cool. I'm down. Let's celebrate. I finally find the pit. Kicked right in the face.
Oh my god!
And it's these two guys that would just kick everybody in the face, like get out of our pit. I'm like, cool. It's just you two by yourselves.
Yeah, that's the gayest thing I've ever seen.
And I'm like people were looking weird when they fall, and I'm like trying to pick them up. I'm like, what is the difference between metal and punk?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Nobody takes care of each other at metal shows.
Yeah, they're just trying to hurt people.
Yeah, it's like the whole point was to take care of each other in the pit.
Yeah, someone fell, pick them up, and then everyone starts dancing again. I feel like as a kid, I had bumped into so many dudes on accident.
Yeah.
That'd be standing there, enjoying the show, drinking their beer,
But you knew that was the deal. Like,
right, yeah. But like the thing is, like you look back at it and you're like, oh fuck, sorry. They're like, what the fuck, man? It's like,
that's
sorry.
$10 beer.
Yeah. And now I'm at that age where I'm like, I'm gonna stand back here and enjoy my beer and actually watch the show.
band.
Yeah, actually watch it. And I'm like, any of you motherfuckers fucking bump into me in this bills, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass because it's like a $15 beer. Like, fuck you, dude.
It's like
respect your elders.
Yeah, respect your elders.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was your age,
Yeah,
back in my
you
day,
had some respect.
But back in our day, the shows were better.
Oh, 100%.
The shows are not that good.
No, they're not as fun.
Even that's why it's not worth going to half the time. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And now, like, a lot of bands are playing, like, 20, 30-year-old albums. Like,
Yeah,
Anniversary.
a lot, yeah.
Like, Newfound Glory just came through. I don't mind Newfound Glory's early stuff. That's where I kind of got cut off was, like, they did Catalyst album.
Yeah.
And that was, like, I'm like,
Did you like Catalyst or?
That was when I dropped off before that album.
Okay, so let me see. There was.
Sticks and Stones was probably the last album I got on.
Yeah, I think Sticks and Stones was like the third album, and I think Catalyst was right after that.
But yeah, they just played that in Cleveland.
It's full. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I like Newfound Glory, but I don't really like that album enough to justify paying to go to Hospital to watch them play. I'm like, I'm good. Or I think it was Agora, but it was still. I was like, I'm good.
Was that just recently?
Yeah, like I was at Teenage Battle Rocket that same night.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because I saw him in like 2017. I love Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
But I think they was doing 2 nights at Beachland.
Okay.
And it was.
Yeah, I remember that when that happened. It was sold out, so I never went.
Yeah, it was. They did the self-titled and the Stay Gold Pony Boy, and they're full. And then there was Sticks and Stones and Catalyst, and they're full.
Oh,
so they did 2 albums in two, like each night, which that was sick. I love Newfound Glory, but again, yeah, older stuff.
Yeah, the older stuff. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It came down to price. I'm like, I don't want to go.
Yeah, like, I get it. Good. You know, I will say, I think a band that always puts on an amazing show, always has, and still does to this day, Coheed and Cambria.
Really?
Do you like them?
I liked them. I remember when they first came out, but like
the first couple albums were awesome.
The first couple albums were awesome.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was in college and shooting a video for a video editing class I was in, and my college roommate at the time was like dancing around the apartment listening to Coheed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, I'll throw that in the video.
Yeah,
this would be funny. I happen to have a camera recorder and I was like, just watching him dance around by himself. I'm like,
right.
This is fucking weird, but it's funny. But you know, I liked them, but I never saw them. They were always like at metal shows, so I was like, it was like metal festivals. And I'm like, I like 2 of these bands, but I don't want to pay all the money to see 2 bands that I kind of like.
Yeah. They I've seen them a bunch, like through growing up through high school. I saw them. They played with Taking Back Sunday. I don't know, 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. But they always put on a fucking cool show, dude. Like,
Taking Back Sunday's not bad either.
No.
Yeah,
they're still doing great shows. Also, I love Taking Back Sunday. But Coheed, man, they have the fucking explosions and the light show that's fucking going on, and just it goes to the beat of the music. It's fucking it's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would probably go if somebody offered tickets, or it was like not like outrageously overpriced. You know?
Right.
Like depending. Now it's venue, who's playing with them, what day of the week is it? Do I have anything else going on? I'm just at an age where it's like I have to think all those factors before I say yes to a show.
We're adults now, so
yeah.
Now we're actually like can't just be like, oh, it's Thursday, so let's fucking go. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now we're like, oh, but Thursday is my drinking night. I like to go play trivia with the boys.
Yeah.
There's fantasy football.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah. How late show is gonna go? I gotta be at work at 7.
Yeah. I mean, like it is like I used to not even worry about that. I mean, I granted I was on second shift for a lot of years, so I lucked out where I got to extend my 20s into 30s, and like it didn't matter what time
you
I
could stay up late because you didn't work until
I'm going to bed
day.
Until 4 a.m. anyway,
yeah.
So it's like, all right, cool, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we were talking about your show coming up and having bands stay over.
Oh yeah,
and that's always fun. But it's also like now you have to sit there and babysit them until you're like, I'm ready to go to bed, like, but you're still drinking. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing: is that I can still hang. I can still hang out and like drink till 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, granted, right now my jet lag is fucked up and I'm barely
It
sleeping.
might be perfect for you.
Yeah, and so like even on Friday night, and it was a complete accident, but I accidentally stayed up till about almost 6 a.m.
Damn.
But like,
I didn't know that
but my sleep schedule is kind of fucked up. You know, like I had a nap also at like from like 7 to like 9. You know, so I'm like I'm still that
2-3 hours here there.
Yeah. So I'm like,
So
that
it's
also
perfect
probably
time for you
helps.
to do it, but
You know, listen, the funny, like, I haven't done this band sleeping over thing since I was in probably like high school, but this will be interesting. He seems like a sweet dude. I haven't met the other dudes. As long as they're not fucking assholes, that's all I'm hoping for.
They're happy to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that they're just like, cool, like, hey, thanks for letting us crash. We'll make some food. We'll have drinks. And I have no issues with that. Like, I'm already planning on taking the fucking next day off of work.
There you go.
You know, I was just thinking about this, and there is somebody that I work with that listens to the show.
It's not your boss.
Sup, Steers? No. Don't tell on me. I'm taking off Tuesday the 1st.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But yeah, no, it should be interesting. Like I said, they seem like they're should. I mean, like I only been talking to the singer, but
That's cool.
so it should be cool.
I've done it before where the last time I did it was Peabody's was still around. And the band was Left Alone. They're from California. I've been friends with them for years. I have a tattoo of them. But they were playing, and somebody in the crowd said, "Hey, if you come to Spitfire, free drinks all night." And I take us to Spitfire. I'm like, "Fuck, all right." So they get there, and they've been drinking all day with, you know, they had cases of beer on the rider or whatever.
Sure.
So they get there, and they realize what was it? The Dirty Boy Challenge was it what it was called?
The what?
I think it was called Dirty Boy Challenge.
The flaming mustache? Are you talking about with the
you
shot?
you got to drink 12 shitty beers.
Oh,
Like,
at the
where-
old Spitfire?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get a picture on the wall on a T-shirt. Or whatever.
Yeah, it was Dirty Boy or
Dirty Boy,
Dad beer, something like that.
Yeah, it was like PBR was the classiest beer on it.
Yeah, it's like PBR and
So-
Stroh's and Black Label and High Life.
The big guitar player was he's like, I'm doing it. I'm like, okay. Well, he did it in 2 hours.
Holy shit. Was he fucked?
Oh, he was fucked. They're like, we gotta get Taco Bell, but we can't take the van through the drive-through. So I'm like, get in my car, get the order. By the time we got through the Taco Bell, this is like Tuesday, Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
Like nobody's there, but like, I mean, there was plenty of people in the Taco Bell line.
Oh, yeah, that Taco Bell is fucking slammed the line outside of it every single night until 4 a.m.
I wonder what they feel like about the videos that I've seen online for like
With the shows?
the shows in the backyard.
Yeah,
parking lot. How do they get away with that?
I don't know. There has to be some sort of agreement between the owner of Funhouse and Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Because I mean, if I fucking was the manager at Taco Bell and all of a sudden people just started setting up shit in the parking lot and blocking my drive-through, I'd be like, fuck you
were they
guys.
blocking the drive-through?
It's that parking lot. Like,
no, it's the back parking lot of the Spitfire or
no,
Funhouse.
they were playing. No, it's in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Oh, no, really?
Yes, it's in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Yeah, it's not like Blink-182 and they're like, hey, we're playing Denny's for random reason.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But it's just, and like, I don't know who these bands are, and those videos look dope as fuck. I'm like, how did I miss this? But
Because we're old and we don't hang out on a Tuesday night. Like
fair enough.
10:30, 11
yeah,
o'clock at
that's
night.
true.
But like, yeah, by the time I got back, he was hanging from one of the trees on the side of the road.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, they're like, I think we're just gonna go to Walmart and like crash for the night. I'm like, sounds good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I can go to work tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to take the next day off.
Yeah. So you said your first show was what, Green Day?
My very first show was Green Day. Yeah.
Was that like your parents took you?
Yep.
What was the first show you went on your own?
The very first show,
Like you were like a teenager and
I was
like you got dropped off, but like
yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, fuck. I mean, it had to be probably at least 14 or 15, and I would say it was either it could have been a show at the Odeon. It could have been MXPX. It could have been AFI. It's
two bands I've never. Well, MXPS I saw Warped Tour. AFI I've never seen.
okay. So, dude, I used to go to see AFI every time they came to Cleveland. love them. They put on fucking dope shows. I love their first probably 7 albums.
Yeah, first.
I think Sing the Sorrow is like the last good album in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't know how many that is. There's 8, 9, 10 albums.
And that was like the MTV one, right?
Well, they had Girls Not Grey was their first.
Okay, yeah.
Well, technically, the old school MTV, they did have Day of the Phoenix, which was...
but like when everybody knew who
Yeah, they blew... They started getting bigger on like a TRL, was like Girls Not Grey.
Okay.
And then the next album came out for Miss Murder.
I dropped off for Girls Not Grey.
Yeah, and Miss Murder, to me, it feels like a Green Day song. It feels like Green Day wrote too many songs and they go... we're not going to put this on.
You take this.
Does
one.
anybody want this? And everyone goes, we'll take it.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like a very much Green Day song. Like if you were to just put Billy's vocals instead of Davies, 100% Green Day. But so I saw them in 2017. I was so stoked. I was like, I haven't seen them in years. They have had 4 albums, I think, since Sing the Sorrow, and they just dropped a new one, like a Blood album or something.
Okay.
That's what they're doing the tour for. I get there. I'm super stoked. They end up playing. They opened with Miss Murder, which is fucking bizarre. That's their biggest song. And they opened with it, which is weird. I don't know. Do what you want. But then they only really played like 3 or 4 like old songs, like Sing the Sorrow and previous.
Yeah, well, like that's why they're a band I've written off, and I'll never see them live because all the songs I like, they will never play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like
that's how I felt. I was like, you guys have only played like 4 old songs, and like everything is like off the last 4 albums. And granted, it could be that Davey can't scream anymore like he used to, and so now he's only doing songs where he's got a very powerful, just regular singing voice, but he's not doing like any like screaming anymore.
That's what happened to what was that metal band? Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay.
Avenged Sevenfold, when they first came out, they were amazing. But they screamed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got told they can't scream anymore, and they just put out like all the rock hits, like the hits on the radio.
Yeah.
And they blew up big from that, like, which was awesome.
It was a good move, I guess, technically.
But cool, you're not going to play my favorite songs. I'm not playing. I'm not
yeah. There was a point where I was like, they're like talking, and I was like, no more new songs. Play old shit.
Yeah.
And there's like these like 2 15-year-old girls in front of me that turn around and sex eye me, as you say. Yeah. And I'm like, don't fucking look at me. You probably just heard about them like a month ago.
It's sex eye if you want them to sleep with you.
Oh yeah. Actually, I shouldn't say that about 15-year-olds.
No,
let's keep the stink eye
Paramore
thing.
was a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, let's flip that back and reverse it. That came off really weird. Yeah. They were stink eyeing me.
Yes.
Very upset that I was making fun of their favorite band. I'm like, you little bitches.
You don't even understand how.
I've been listening to this band since like 95.
Yeah.
Okay, you just heard about them probably from Miss Murder. Fuck off. But by the time the set was over, I was livid. I was like pouting like a little kid stomping outside of the House of Blues. I was very pissed.
I got drunk one time watching what the hell was that band? Catch-22.
Dude, Catch-22 rules.
Yeah. So this is years later when everybody left for Streetlight Manifesto.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I know they're not playing like much of like their one album, like with where everybody was on Keys Be Nights.
Mm-hmm.
I know they weren't gonna play much of that, but I'm like, fuck it, it's a show. I'm gone. So I'd wait for the whole show, wait for their little encore. I'm like, okay, play 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on.
Yep.
I drunkenly ran into the band afterwards, and I was like, you guys disappointed me so much for not playing 1, 2, 3, 4.
You said that to him?
Yeah.
What
I was like, you have a great show, but just I was looking forward to that song. He's like, yeah, we don't play that song anymore. I'm like, I know, clearly.
Damn.
Thanks.
That sucks.
Just walked out.
Yeah. Damn. Have you? I don't. Did we already talk about this? Have you ever like met any like dudes from bands or like Idolize or whatever, and they just like a fucking complete piece of shit, and you're like,
oh, piece of shit.
Yeah. I've met a lot of bands too, but a lot of them have been like really cool.
Everybody's been cool, but
there's certain people you're just like.
So there was a band called Time Again, and they were like mini Rancid. I got them to they crashed in my house with like their first tour. I was like, hey, you're like the new like Hellcat band, come crash in my house. Like, yeah, this place stay cool. I'm down. So I was friends with the bands for years, and then they blew up a little bit, but they were opening for it was Dropkick Murphys and The Offspring.
Okay.
At Tower City Amphitheater.
Nice.
So the band plays. A couple of the guys see me in the pit, come see me afterwards. The lead singer became more of a douchebag as it went on. Like, dude has crashed in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, at my parents' house. So
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
more like personal. But the more he blew up, he would try to talk to all these girls after his show. I was like, I get the girls, but like you're also a little older than these girls. It's kind of creepy.
That's weird. Yeah.
Like I've introduced a couple of the girls to like him, not like they were a little older, but like still a little young for him.
Yeah.
And he was too much of a rock star to come see me to say hi. All I wanted to do was say hi.
Yep.
Like, hey, buddy, great to see you. How's the tour going? Like, we're friends for years. Like, when every time they came in, I got to see them play for free. Sometimes I was on their rider or whatever. But it was like he was too cool to see me. I'm like,
that's so fucking. That's awful.
Yeah, that's the only one I can remember ever being douchebag. Everybody else has been very cool.
Yeah, I've had pretty good luck. The one that sticks out the most is, funny enough, that I'm going to see Under Oath. Mm-hmm. The drummer, he's also one of the singers, and he also started a side project called The Almost, which he was the singer for. Right.
Nice.
So he was doing an acoustic set at Mayhall's for songs off of both bands. And I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome. Tickets were super cheap. So I get there before the show starts. I'm like, I'm going to have a few beers, sit at the bar, and waiting for my buddy to show up. And Aaron is the drummer, and he comes and sits at the bar, and he's like 3 seats down from me. And I was like, oh, shit. So I took a secret photo, and I said to my buddy, go, dude, look who's fucking sitting right here at the bar. And he's like, don't fucking say anything until I get there. I'm like, well, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
My buddy shows up, and we're like, hey, Aaron, like, how's it going, dude? And he's like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? And it's like, oh, nothing, just pumped to see you tonight. He's like, yeah, cool. And then our other friends show up, and there's like now girls involved in the group.
Oh, okay.
And you probably already know, he basically just focuses all of his conversations on just the girls. So anytime that any of us guys are like listening to him talk, and we're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, Aaron, did you ever do this, or have you blah blah blah, whatever question? He'd be like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and then just goes right back to the girls. Like 2-word answer, and then right back to the girls. Like, oh my god,
that's what it was leading up to. Like they played the Gore one time before, and that's the time before playing for the Offspring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last time he was like, hey bud, all right, cool. I'm mostly focused on Offspring and girls. And then the last time, like I said, I didn't even see him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've talked to a few more other bands that were on that label and like knew him, and like, yeah, he's a complete douchebag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's basically exactly how it went for us.
Yeah.
And then we watched the set, and which was a dope set. And then he gets done, and I like walk past him as he's like kind of coming off the stage, because it's a small stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dope show, Aaron. And doesn't even look at me, doesn't acknowledge me, and we basically shoulder ram. And I was like, cool, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm not even gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen to either one of your bands for like a week. Yeah.
Fuck you. I was seeing on the way home.
And then we go and sit at the bar, and I'm fucking bitching about it. And then some dude comes and he goes, oh, you talking about Aaron? And I was like, fuck. And I was like, yeah, I am. And he goes, yeah, we're actually really pissed this guy's on this tour. He's a fucking piece of shit. Like, he just went through a divorce, and now he's like,
just out of pussy.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, is that like Under Oath is like known to be like a Christian band.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were.
So like, are you supposed to be into like God and shit? Like,
Yeah,
why are you being a fucking
divorce.
asshole? Yeah.
It's God for the labels.
Yeah.
What's the coolest one you've ever met?
The coolest person?
Yeah. Or like coolest experience. Maybe I remember.
I met the dudes from Bayside.
Okay.
Which was really cool. My buddy was in a band called Driverside Impacts.
Yeah, I remember them.
And they were signed on Victory with Bayside.
Yeah.
They were touring with them, and the last stop for DSI was in Cleveland, and they played at House of Blues, I think. But my dude's like, he know how much I love Bayside, so he's like, you can come back and meet them. So I got to hang out with those dudes for a little while before the show went on. I also met Good Charlotte.
Oh, cool.
But like before they blew up, like they only had that first album.
I remember seeing them at the Rock Hall when they were playing for MTV for that album, and I was like, yeah, that's when I was into it. I was pissed off because the day before was Warped Tour, and I didn't get in.
Damn.
I didn't know what, this is my first Warped Tour. So my my family was out of town for like the week before, like a vacation. I was hanging out at my grandparents' house, but I didn't have the money to go to the store and
Right.
get tickets, whatever. So Mom Boy comes back. We run up to Ticketmaster. This is 20 or 30 minutes before the show starts, I guess, or whatever. They cut off Ticketmaster.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, go down there and get in line, and you should be able to get tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 2 people away from the thing, and they put the sold out sign.
No way.
So
It's like something out of a movie.
But they're like, you can stand in this line, and the if anybody doesn't show up, if a bunch of people don't show up, we'll let you in.
Okay.
I'm first or second in line. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm at least in. I'm by myself, so I'm like, it's
One
easier for me
person.
to sneak in.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for like 2-3 hours. My boy's in the car. God bless her.
Gosh.
She was like, get in the car. We're going home. Like,
Sad.
You're not
sad.
getting in.
Yeah.
Talked to my cousin. He was at that show. A bunch of people jumped the fence to get in. It would have been my only time to see AFI play old songs too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And how long do you think after you left the people just fucking jumped it?
Oh, this was like, if my cousin knew I was there, he would have grabbed me and we would have had it.
Oh, gotcha.
But this was about like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, it was like the greatest lineup ever too. Like, it was like, oh my God, the like AFI Rancid. I don't remember who else was on that show, but it was amazing.
Yeah, I feel like the bands and the lineups like back in the day were like always just fucking
And then AFI
awesome.
never played the Warped Tour again. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was a lot of the times how you had to see bands was because
Yep.
like they didn't play out here.
Yep.
Except for Warped Tour. So
Yep. All right. Well, I think we're about that time, bud.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else you want to trip in here.
no. We're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Well, hope you guys had fun. If you got these geezers like us, hope this struck some memories for you going to shows back in the day.
Yeah.
Feel free to shoot us a text, tell us your story, leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear it. We'll just discuss it on next week's episode. Maybe there was an asshole person in a band that you met, or you had a really dope one.
Or we were the assholes.
Yeah. Shoot us a text or leave us a voicemail, 440-363.
0121.
Nice. You can also, if you're out of the country, at pizzabagelspod@gmail.com if you want to send us in anything. It is also at pizzabagelspod in all social media. Spotify, Apple,
TikTok,
Instagram. Yeah. And we're going to be getting a Twitter worked out here sometime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get that going, I guess. I don't know. Do you know if really people were still using Twitter or
Yeah.
not?
Well,
Or
people are.
X, I guess it's called.
It's still Twitter to me.
Yeah, same. Besides that, I guess is that everything?
Yep.
Perfect. Let's see here. Yep, thanks for listening again. 440-363.
0121.
Thanks, Tomboy. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep.